Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another episode of Battle Bites here in World of Tanks, and today we are in Thiepval Ridge for a standard battle, and I am in the Leopard Prototype A. This is the Tier 9 German medium tank, and there are two German medium tank lines, one that goes to the E50 to the E50M, and the other that goes from the Leopard Prototype A to the Leopard 1. And this tank is such a joy to play. It perfectly fits my play style. It is a really, really good scout and spotter, but it also has a capable gun. The stats on this tank, when you get it fully upgraded, it has a 105 millimeter gun or a 10.5 centimeter gun, and it does 390 alpha damage. So a really, really meaty punch, and it fires it relatively quickly. I think you're at 6 seconds and some change, depending on your crew skills and your loadout, maybe 7 or 8 if you're just, running it bare without any kind of crew or added supplements. So the gun is punchy, it's accurate, it does a lot of alpha, the penetration is reliable on this tank, but what really makes it shine is the fact that its camo is so good and its view range is so good. The view range on this tank, when you're fully upgraded, I think is 410 meters, and when you're sitting still, the detectability of the tank is about 330 meters. And again, that's no extra equipment or add-ons or anything to the tank, crew skills, whatever. So you have almost 100 meters of play there between your view range and when you're going to get spotted if you're not moving. Remember, one of the things about the medium tanks, when they move, their camo rating drops, and so their detectability is easier as compared to light tanks. So things you can do on a lot of maps, you can play kind of like a scout, like I'm doing here in Thiepval Ridge. This is one of the places that I like to go at the start of the battle when we have this northwestern spawn. I like to use that ridge there. There's a couple of bushes, and usually you can see things on the hill. If they either creep too far forward or if they shoot, they'll drop their camo and then you'll be able to spot them. So early on, it's nice to do that. Now, we see a Jackal has gotten itself into kind of an aggressive position. He went down the hill and forward north a lot, and so he's kind of got this like flank from that position that I'm in. That's not a great spot. We really don't want to see a tank there, but thankfully it's a Jackal. I think that's a tier 8 tank. It's not super dangerous. Unfortunately, our first shot, I don't know if it was modeled incorrectly, like we didn't hit the rock. I thought we would have hit the Jackal there, but we didn't. So he retreats, and then in the meantime, we see another tank up on the hill. And again, because our tank is kind of low profile, we can fit in this little valley here, and we put it in a shot. I think that was an SU-101, a Soviet tank destroyer up on the hill. So we're kind of protected here. Those things on the hill don't have an angle down on us. The Jackal does, but he's not able to really get out here and put any pressure on us to any significant degree. So we're just going to use our patience here, and we're going to try and poke out, see if we can spot, see if we can get any look at those tanks. We know there's a couple of them up there now. We've seen them poking a little bit so that we can then spot them and hopefully light them up for our allies behind us, or if not, shoot them ourselves. Now here, the Jackal makes a move. He comes around the corner, so we're going to take advantage and put a shot in, and there you can see that big, chunky alpha damage. One shot takes off nice amount of hit points there. It's not like you have to put in 4, 5, 6 shots, right? We only had time for one shot there. If we had a low alpha damage gun, we weren't going to finish him off. And then a nice little gift there from the Jackal comes back out right in front of us, and we're able to lock down our first kill of the game with that shot. So now we feel much more comfortable in this position because there's nothing off to our left flank that's going to be kind of spotting us, and now we can choose the engagement. And there we go. The SU-101 takes a shot. We can pop out, and boom, that's 2 shots, 2 kills back to back. And I look at the map panel, and I'm a little bit flustered because we're doing some good work here. We locked down 2 kills. I feel like we're doing what we can to control the map and prevent the hill from being a dominant force in the battle, but we just don't have any backup. I look at the map, and everybody is way back at the base, and one thing I can't do is spot for myself and then fight because I'll get hit back, right? The one weakness, I guess, of the Leopard, its armor is not great. It will bounce some shots, it has some funky angles, the turret's okay, but it's not a well-armored tank. It is light and quick, not heavy and slow. So I decide, you know what, I'm gonna pull out and try and help the rest of my allies, because if I just kind of sit there and I don't have an impact on the battle and I just hold the line, I feel like it won't be enough. I instead want to get out of there, let those tanks camp the hill. They're not going to see anything. They'll be out of the fight effectively. And because we were down here when I made that move, I thought this would help improve our numbers. So T28 prototype is backing up, and oh, that was just a beautiful little opportunity. 3 shots, 3 kills. I think that should be a Reaper medal for us once we get to the post-game stats. And then here we could go 4-4-4. We pop up on the hill. That's a French heavy tank there. And I went back and I looked at that shot a couple of times, and I might have been a pixel or 2 low. We just did module damage there. We must have gone like down into the tracks and then into the dirt and not into the tank. My reticle was pretty well aimed, taking up a lot of that tank. I should have had it a little higher and held for maybe half a second and guaranteed that shot and kill. That could have been a 4th kill there if we were just a little bit more careful. I pulled the trigger a little bit too quickly, but our allies took care of it and got the cleanup on the kill there. We didn't even get a tracking shot. We just did damage to the tracks, and he was still able to be mobile, so we didn't even get credit for that assist there. But that's okay. We'll take the kill, and all of a sudden, 7-4. It was looking really bad there when I decided to pull back. I think we were down like 2 tanks. The hill flank had completely folded except for me holding the line. But the other team, the other side of the team dug in, held the line, and now we've turned the tide of battle. And we helped. I don't think they would have struggled without us there, but it looked like the right move, and it certainly is paying off. So we got an object. Is that a 752 in front of us, and he's just getting into it with one of our tanks, slams into him. He goes up the ridge. We put a nice shot in. We left him on just a couple of health. We did roll high there. I think we rolled over 400, so it's not like we can be disappointed that we didn't get the kill, but we left him on like, what, 5-6 health. Very, very low, and our ally again cleans up the kill. And things are looking really, really comfortable for us now. We are just about in the cleanup phase of the battle, as long as we don't screw anything up here too badly. So we're up 3 tanks. We're going to push in. We know there's an artillery here in the base. We've seen him shooting throughout the game, so we know he's going to be back in that corner unless he's moving, and he's probably not going to go up the hill, right? The hill was kind of contested. They lost the tank that extended, so I'm guessing he's going to be back in the base. And then we see that the Yag Tiger is in our sight. So let's take a shot at him. He disappeared off the map, but we still had a good idea where he was. He wasn't moving, so we were able to aim in. And technically, that's a blind shot, so we'll take that. That's a nice little extra bit of damage, and we can see the ribbon confirming that kill. So before we finish our push, I noticed the Yag Tiger is up on the hill here, and I'm holding this shot. I'm thinking, do I try and track him? Do I wait for him to turn? And I should have tracked him and held him in place, so we couldn't kind of run down the hill at our ally. But our ally was nimble, got out of the way. The Yag Tiger wasn't able to ram, and then he turned all the way around, and we had the shot into his rear to get our 4th kill, and things are looking awesome. Man, if we had just one of those other 2 kills we missed, we would be hunting a Top Gun right now. Unfortunately, it does not look like we're going to be able to get both kills. We can see on the minimap the medium tank left on the enemy team is close to our base. He's probably going to kill our artillery, but we have a tank destroyer back there as well. And there is the M5355. 1,200 hit points on those things. It's so much health after they got their HP buff. And then I really messed this up. I was trying to track the arty. I've got a friend here with me, so I'm thinking, all right, I'll put a tracking shot in and get some assistance damage, but I just whiffed the shot. My second shot does track him, so now that's the right idea. We're trying to rack up some assistance damage there as well. The reload comes in just in time. We're able to secure that kill. 5 kills, and then immediately the 6th kill comes in for our ally as well. Not for us, but the last kill of the game to secure the win for our team. And we can see an MVP performance in the Leopard prototype. That's a great game. 5 kills, 3,417 damage, 1,412 base XP, and we're really happy with that result. Tier 9 tank. The damage, of course, the damage could be higher. Of course, it's always a little bit of a disappointment when you get so close to a Top Gun and you had those opportunities that you know you could have locked it down if 1 or 2 things had just broken your way. But still, we'll take these wins where we can get them. And this is a great first video to highlight the Leopard prototype on the channel, really showing all the things that it can do. So we'll take a quick look here at the detailed stats page. We can see we had a premium account going at the time. So 36,000 silver profit. You can make a profit in this tank depending how you run it. If you're light on that premium ammo usage, it's not too bad. Again, because you can kind of get that added assistance damage through the spotting, and you can do the cleanup at the end of the game. Because you have the mobility, you can get into positions to clean up the enemy when a game is looking like it's going to be a win. You're not slow and heavy and going to get left behind. You can change flanks and move and help. And so it really does help this tank turn into a lethal tank. Good when you win, still decent when you lose, and can be really, really awesome if you can use all of the tank's aspects. Spotting early, damage when you can, and then clean up at the end to rack up some kills and extra damage. This tank can do it all. So again, 5 kills, 3,417 damage, and 864 assistance damage. That puts us well over 4,000 combined. Again, a great result for a tier 9 battle. Taking a look at the medals for the game, we did in fact secure a Reaper as we thought we would for those 3 shots, 3 kills in a row, a Bruiser, a Fire for effect, and a Fighter medal for the 5 kills. Again, 1 shy of the Top Gun, and all of that amounts to a 2nd class mastery badge, which is pretty decent, right? This tank, it's good, it's solid. The requirements don't seem like outrageous for it, but they are good, right? The pros with this tank in their hands can do a lot of things because it is such a high skilled tank. It's not dependent on one specific type of role or map. It is very adaptable and very versatile. So it is a good tank, and you need to have a good game in order to get those high class mastery badges. Taking a look at the team results page, we can see we did come in on top once again, 1,412 XP for 3,417 damage. Shout out goes to the Skoda T50 on our team. That's Don't Got Time to Bleed. That's a cool username. Another 3,490 damage from them. And then Thiepval Ridge, the artillery on our team, actually, the 212A, another 3,335 damage. So 3 tanks with over 3,000 damage. Really, really doing a lot of heavy lifting there for the team, but a great win all around. Again, early struggles, but that second flank really held, and especially when we came back to reinforce it, turned the tide of the battle and turned what looked a little bit iffy into a solid win and a great performance, an MVP performance in the Leopard Prototype A. I can tell you, this is a fantastic tank. I've grown to love it. It is quite a grind for these tier 9 tanks to get to a tier 10. You play a lot of battles, but I did really, really enjoy the tank, and I even put camo on the tank to kind of help again with that spotting role that it can play. It is one that I'm going to be playing a lot. A lot of these mercenary contracts require tier 9 and 10 tanks, and this is one of the tier 9s that I go to for racking up kills and XP. Awesome tank, really love it, and you will probably see more of it on the channel in the future. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.